This is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNNLive, and we're here at the 2016 LD Micro Invitational in Bel Air, California. With me right now is David Grant from Omni-Lite Industries. I have two symbols for you. First one being OML on the TSX Venture. The second one being OLNCF on the OTC markets. David, welcome to SNNLive.
Yeah, nice to be here, Robert. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's our pleasure. So for our audience that may not know the Omni-Lite story yet, let's get an overview of the company, and we'll go from there.
Great. Okay. Well, Omni-Lite was started in the early 90s to study advanced materials and develop products around those. The company's first product line was for Nike in the Olympic Games in Atlanta in 1996 with Michael Johnson's gold shoes. Now we manufacture 40 million parts a year that go into aircraft. About 1/3 of all the cars in the United States use our products annually, so 6 million vehicles approximately. And we have a big role to play in the U.S. military as well.
Okay. So I want to get into the materials itself a little bit. So what exactly are the materials that you've developed and are currently selling?
Well, the materials started with advanced composites, and now we're into advanced nanocomposites. But we also do work with special stainless steel, some of the exotic metals. The goal is to provide a never-ending range of more valuable products for our customers.
And what about your products are different than maybe some of what your competitors are developing?
Right, well, we can use the lightweight, stronger, stiffer strengths, stiffer characteristics of the materials that we use, which have advantages that people are trying to take advantage of. We also offer the most exotic robotic manufacturing facilities to make the parts as efficiently as possible. So we have many advantages going forward into this business.
So basically you can build it for cheaper and it's stronger material. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. We can deliver products at an efficiency not known before. The robotic aspect makes them the quality higher than before. So while we don't think of them as cheap, we think of them as being extremely value-added type of products.
And do you have any IP for your products, and especially in the manufacturing development of them?
Yeah, it's a good point. We have 8 patents. We just got a patent a month ago. Of course, these patents last for 17 years from the date of issue. So the company is well protected. We have a deep moat, we call it, around the value of our equipment, the capital structure of the business, the engineering skills, and obviously the IP.
So David, I also want to ask about the customer base, and with that, also how they use your product as well. So take the floor.
Well, we have 4 divisions. One is aerospace, one is military, one is specialty automotive, and the other is sports and rec. The products are used in everything from spacecraft and cruise missiles to track shoes made by Nike, so a wide range. We're very pleased with the diversity we offer. It puts us in a position where if we have one market up and the other market down, the company is still very profitable, which it's been since day one.
So using the Nike shoe, for instance, how do they use your materials then? Like, what exactly are they putting it into? How does that work?
Okay, well, so in the aircraft industry, basically we make the parts that hold the skin to the frame of the airplane, hold the engine to the side of the airplane. In the automotive sector, we provide a lot of parts that are used in transmissions and brakes. And in Nike's line, we're in the track and field shoe. So we provide the cleat and the receptacle that the cleat screws into in the track and field line.
And what would you say is a breakdown, per division? What division seems to be more in demand of your product versus another, and is it cyclical? Like, how does that work?
Okay, well, it's actually kind of balanced. Aerospace right now being a bit bigger at 38%. Military would be in the 20% range. Automotive would be 35% or so, and sports and rec would be the rest. So relatively balanced.
And what's your background? How did you get into this industry? I know you gave a little bit of a background at the beginning, but how did you get into Omni-Lite?
Right. Well, I was my background is engineering,
okay,
and my interest was aerospace and business development primarily. So that's what we do. I spent 40 years traveling around, well, basically building businesses and traveling around the world, and eventually decided to build a business for myself. So Omni-Lite's not my first business. I've had something like 30 in total.
That's it?
And so far.
So I also want to know, what are some of the growth drivers for the business? Where do you see it going, from what you can tell me over the next maybe 6 months going into 2017?
Okay, well, that's a good question. We're in 2 great growing industries. One is the aerospace, which everyone realizes is in a growth spurt that's been somewhat unprecedented. So Boeing and Airbus have about 12,000 ship sets on order, and they think the total number is going to be somewhere near 38,000 by 2030. So a long expansion. We believe there's room to grow in the military business. So we make a lot of parts for the U.S. government, about 9 in total, and make them by the millions. So we believe the world as it is going to see an increasing demand for some of the military products we manufacture.
And one last question before I ask you your website. What are the types of margins you make on each division? I mean, I must be, I gotta know that.
Well, that's the secret sauce. And we don't give too much of the information out, but I can tell you that the gross margin's in the neighborhood of 60% plus. And I can tell you that...
Is that 60 or 16?
60. Yeah, 60. Sorry about that. I know it's hard to believe. And secondly, we don't do it by division because there are some rivalries there, but the gist is that aerospace is obviously profitable, military is profitable, and to tell you the truth, I can't think of one area that the company's not making profitable product within.
I also want to know, how many materials are there that you develop and manufacture?
Well, we've developed one or two, particularly the composites and the nanocomposites, but we do use stainless steel, we use all kinds of exotics for the aerospace industry. I'd say overall we probably use 40 different materials on a regular basis.
And you're probably able to, anytime there's a new material that you may want to bring on into your line of products, are you able to incorporate that into the manufacturing line, or is it a difficult here's the real question, is it difficult to incorporate it into the manufacturing process?
Well, that's certainly the challenge we take, and if someone else is developing, we'll try and use the product if that's possible, and our job would be to apply it into a new field, so that's some of the skill set we offer. So it's a matter of leaning forward every day and bringing the best to the business, and that's what we've done since day one.
And one last question, I'm sorry, I have to ask.
About margins?
No, not margins again. We got that one.
Okay.
But I want to know, where does the company manufacture?
In Cerritos, California, Southern California.
And are you looking to expand maybe on having more manufacturing facilities so you can, maybe go even more global, or you just set in California?
Well, we just added 75% to the manufacturing area in Southern California a month ago. So we're close to our customers, we're close to our vendors, and that's just the way we like it.
Okay. Where can our audience go and find more information?
You can always find more at Omni-Lite.com. So OMNI-LITE.com.
My name is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNNLive, and we're here at the 2016 LD Micro Invitational in Bel Air, California. With me again has been David Grant from Omni-Lite Industries International. The symbol is OML on the TSX Venture and OLNCF on the OTC markets. David, thank you again.
Yes, great to be here. Always enjoy it. Thank you so much.